Hello, my name is Jadi Rahmat bin Baharudin from BA111 Business and Management. For this video, I'll present my analysis and evaluation of Malaysia's trade performance over the past decade. So, without wasting any time, I'll start with the data on overall trade performance from 2015 to 2024. Based on the trade performance shown in the official portal of the Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry (MITI), from 2015 to 2018, the trend shows an upward trend. In 2015, the total export and import were RM 777.4 billion and RM 685.8 billion respectively, and increased to RM 1003.6 billion for export and RM 879.8 billion for import at the end of 2018. This means that Malaysia was experiencing stable economic growth and in line with global economic expansion. Based on the trend, Malaysia has experienced a slight decrease of performance in 2019, where the amount of export has decreased by 8.5 billion and followed by a decrease in amount of import by 30.4 billion compared to 2018. This is because of the COVID-19 pandemic that started to hit the country in the fourth quarter of 2019. The pandemic has also had a negative impact on 2020 due to the downward trend that worse than 2019, where the total export that year fell by RM 11.3 billion and total import fell by RM 48.9 billion. This happened because the very long lockdown resulted the import and export activities being stopped. After the pandemic recovery was implemented, the trend in 2021 and 2022 showed an upward trend, where the number of export and import had already decreased very rapidly by the end of 2020-22. Compared to the time of the pandemic in 2020. After it showed a positive trend, the trend fell again in 2023 and 2024. Among the main factors for this to happen was the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, which caused the import and export of raw material from several countries to be disrupted. Okay, let's move to the domestic export and re-export data. So, based on the data, Malaysia trade performance between 2014-2024 highlights significant growth in both domestic export and re-exports. Domestic export, led by electrical and electronic products, petroleum, and palm oil, have been the backbone of the nation's economy, reflecting Malaysia's industrial strength and resource richness. Re-export, however, have grown at an even faster pace, emphasizing Malaysia's strategic role as a regional logistic and trading hub. This trend was particularly evident post-2020, as global supply chains realigned during the pandemic recovery. By October 2024, export had reached RM 28.71 billion, marking a sharp rise and demonstrating Malaysia's increasing importance in global trade network. The steady growth of domestic export combined with the surge in re-export reflect Malaysia's adaptability to global trade trends, such as rising regional trade agreement and supply chain shift. This dual strength position Malaysia not only as a producer but also as a critical link in the global trading ecosystem. Alright, let's move to the next data about import by end use from 2016 to 2024. Malaysia imports mainly fall into three categories. First, intermediate goods, capital goods, and consumption goods. Intermediate goods like electronic, raw material are the largest shares, supporting Malaysia's manufacturing sectors. Capital goods such as machinery are essential for industrial growth and technology upgrades. Consumption goods like food and household items serve local needs. Over time, import of intermediate goods have grown steadily as Malaysia strengthened its role in global supply chains, especially in electronic. Capital goods have also increased, showing continuous investment in new industry and infrastructure. Meanwhile, import of consumption goods have grown more slowly, keeping pace with domestic demand. This trend highlights Malaysia's evolving economic structure, emphasizing industrial growth, technology adaptation, and sustained consumer confidence. Alright, let's move to the next data about major export by sector in 2020-24 from January to October. So, based on the data, The electric and electronics sector led the way, contributing 39% of the export value at RM 50.4 billion. This fueled by strong global demand for semiconductor and electronic components. Next, petroleum product contribute RM 11 billion, making up at 0.5 billion of export, while chemical and chemicals product at RM 6.8 billion, growing steadily by 13.7%. Palm oil and related products are also crucial, contributing 6.7 billion, driven by rising global demand. Collectively, this sector not only drive Malaysia's export economy but also play an important role in the nation's GDP, with the manufacturing sector alone contributing approximately 24% to the GDP. Alright, let's move to the next data about major import by sectors in 2024. So, in 2024, Malaysia import landscape is dominated by several key factors. First is electrical and electronic products, accounting for 41.3% of total imports. This sector is pivotal in supporting Malaysia's robust electronic manufacturing industry, ensuring a steady supply of essential components. Second, petroleum product, making up 12.1% of import. Petroleum products are vital for energy needs as a raw material in product chemical industries. Third are machinery, appliances, and parts, representing 10.4% of import. These are essential for industrial operations and infrastructure development, facilitating technology advancement and productivity improvement. Chemical and chemicals products are also constituting 9.7% of import. These materials are important for various manufacturing processes. Collectively, this sector not only fulfill domestic demand but also enhance Malaysian industrial capabilities, reinforcing its position in global supply chain and contributing significantly to economic growth. Alright, let's move to the next data about major export destination 2024. So, based on data from January to October, in 2024, Malaysia's major export destinations are key to its strategy. Singapore led with export totaling RM 190.3 billion, followed by the United States at RM 159.4 billion. After that, China come in the next with RM 153.2 billion, while Hong Kong and Japan contribute RM 71.8 billion and RM 69.1 billion respectively. This market influenced Malaysia's trade policy by encouraging the country to focus on securing and expanding trade agreement, particularly in electronic, machinery, palm oil export. Strengthening relationship with this nation ensures access to high demand market and drive the country economic growth. Alright, let's move to the next data about major import sources 2024. So, based on the data, from January to October, Malaysia's top key import sources were China, Singapore, United States, Chinese Taipei, and Japan. In terms of value, imports from China are the largest, followed by Singapore and the United States. These imports are essential to supporting Malaysia's manufacturing sector, particularly in electronic, machinery, and chemicals. For instance, in 2024, from January to October, Malaysia's import from China amounted to RM 143 billion, reflecting the critical role of Chinese goods in Malaysia's production processes. The impact on local industry is significant. Imports from this country provide essential raw materials, intermediate goods, and capital goods that fuel Malaysia's manufacturing, electronic, and automotive industries. This reliance on import allows Malaysian industry to maintain competitive production capabilities but also highlight the vulnerability to global supply chains disruption and trade policy change. Consequently, maintaining strong trade relationship with this country is vital for Malaysia's economic sustainability and growth. Alright, let's move to the next data about trade of FTA countries in Asia. So, Malaysia's trade with Asian countries under FTA is a key pillar of the nation's economy. In 2022, Malaysia posted the highest value of total export, which is an increase from the year ago. The FTA has eliminated 99.7% of import duties among member countries and reducing export costs. This has enabled Malaysia to boost export of product. Malaysia also relies on import from countries like Singapore and Thailand for raw materials that support manufacturing sector. This close relationship ensures Malaysia remain competitive within regional supply chain by leveraging Asia's stability to drive economic growth. Alright, let's move to the last data about export by state in 2023. Malaysia's export performance in 2023 highlight significant contribution from key states. Penang lead with 31.5% of total export valued at RM 447.4 billion, driven by its electrical and electronics sector. Johor follows with RM 290 billions, benefiting from its strategic location in diversified industry, while Selangor contributes RM 252.7 billion through manufacturing and service. Sarawak and Kuala Lumpur also play a vital role, exporting RM 111.6 billion and 61.2 billion respectively, leveraging natural resource and high-value service. Mid-tier contributors include Kedah, Pahang, Perak, and Sabah, with export ranging from 61.2 billion to RM 31.1 billion, driven by agriculture, manufacturing, and palm oil. Smaller states like Melaka, Negeri Sembilan, Labuan, and Terengganu contribute less but remain significant within their niches. Meanwhile, Perlis and Kelantan were the lowest export with percentage less than 1%, reflecting economic disparities across regions. This distribution emphasizes the dominance of industrialist state and the importance of natural resource rich. So that's all my analysis and evaluation about Malaysia's trade performance over the past decade. For conclusion, in the next 5 years, I predict that Malaysia's trade performance will be better depending on global demand, technology, and its role in regional trade agreement. To improve its trade balance, Malaysia should diversify export to emerging markets like Southeast Asia, Africa, and the Middle East, focusing on digital economic growth. Green technologies like renewable energy and sustainable palm oil will boost export appeal. So that's all from me. Thank you very much.